Well, it's actually day 27. I think I might have said day 26 before, but it is day 27. We've just, boys dropped me back to Dead Horse Gap. We're just crossing one of the rivers that goes into Thredbo and just crossing Temporary Bridge because they're building a new one. And now we're heading up to the top of the chairlift on the Dead Horse Gap track, I believe. Yeah, so nice and steep, a couple of hours. And then we'll go up to Kosciuszko. Continuing along these Dead Horse Gap track, we're sort of reaching a bit of a summit part, and down there we can see the chairlift, which is where this section sort of wraps up, and then the wander up to Mt Kosciuszko in the background there. So it should be great to get up there. As you can see, you're not going to see too much, but the fact we'll be up there, so it'll be great. Now I reached the main chairlift, or you don't quite go to it, but now it's close. And now it's sort of footpath. Look at that, track all the way up. I suppose because it's so popular, but yeah, you could wheel along this thing, so it looks really good. A few people out. Weather's a bit average. Wind's starting to get up a bit too, so be a bit blowy up the top, but we'll be up the top for a little bit and then progress down, start to get out to the Blue Lake area and stuff like that, so it should be good. So now we've reached Rawson's Pass, so now it's the 1.8 kilometres, or I think it's 900 metres, or 1.8 k's up to the top. So not much of a climb, about 100 metres, and then we'll be on the top of highest point in Australia for the first time. Kosciuszko was pretty cool. Nice and warm actually, sitting on sort of more the southeastern side, out of the wind, and very nice looking over those ranges. Good to speak to the family before I head off on this next bit. So yeah, it's great to be up there on the highest peak in Australia. So we now continue on our downward journey to Canberra. So yeah, a bit of a pivotal moment in the hike. It's just magical scenery. Yeah, you sort of got to be careful not to just continually look around. And there's the trail that Virginia and my son James took. Didn't quite get to, that's from Charles Pass, didn't quite get to Kosci. The weather was too bad, but today is not bad at all. So there's a few hikers in front of me, so we'll continue along. Yeah, bit of sort of, track walking then snow walking, so mixes it up a bit, so good fun. Now it looks like the weather's coming in a bit behind me, not so much in front of me. I'm lucking out today. So progressing along, so up on Carruthers Peak, I think it's called. So looking out over the sun-drenched areas, which is the direction we're going soon. See, so the track just in the distance on there, and then the wall of nothingness. So seems like the range is sort of holding it back with the wind. But yeah, so I've got the side with the view, so it's really good. So not very cold, if anything a little bit warm walking along. But yeah, it's been a magical day. So the weather's changed a bit, it's got a bit more cooler, so it's picked up, and as you can see, a fair bit of sort of cloud sort of moving across pretty quick. So, and we're about to go up Australia's third highest peak, Mt Kosciuszko or something like that. So and then back down. So not too much further today, probably I think about 6 k's to go, so we should finish around 5. So So progressing down to the Anton Anderson Saddle. Lots of snow still around. Mt Kosciuszko, I think I'm going to get it wrong. Yeah, just a fair bit of snow. Big group of about 10 hikers. Again, Victorian, so a good chat with those guys. So really interesting, out for a few days around Melbourne Cup. So yeah, so not too much further today, and then I'll be lie down in the tent. So not a massive day, but a really enjoyable day today. Well, it's a bit after 5, almost 5:30, and I'm at Anton and Anderson Saddle. Now the campsites are down. I'll just climb back up after getting water. Campsites are on the east side. The breeze or the gusty wind is coming from there as well. So I've set up camp in a little more sheltered sort of little spot. I'm glad there's no one else with me because there really is no other room. As you can see, there's a lot of rocks and other bits, so very hard to find a flat-ish spot to pitch. So I'm very close to the track, so it's not as if I'll lose the track in the morning. I pretty much roll out of bed onto it, so hopefully it doesn't get too many people upset. So there I am over there, and about 5 metres away is the track, so should be reasonably sheltered with the rocks up there. So yeah, should be good. And there's the track just running through there now. Well, it's day 28, so 4 weeks now. We're still at Anton Anderson Saddle. Windy night last night, sort of slept okay, off and on, waking up with big gusts and stuff, but generally it was all right. Very still this morning on this side, so but as you can see, not much of a view. So we are heading off down that way, so to Valentine Hut. 22k is not too far today, so we'll take our time, we'll get a good sleep, a good rest of the night. So we're just tracking along to finish this time on Sunday, so we're now down to a week. We're playing the game again, guess where the track goes, especially under the snow. So sort of started off through there somewhere, so yeah, we'll work it out. It's an interesting walk along here. So just there's a bit of the track, and then back into snow. So we're sort of scouring around the top parts of the bit of snow / ice, so a bit easier and a bit safer walking. So just a bit slower going, and then it's hard to refine the track because it's a bit sort of so it gets hidden away in all the other grass. So yeah, it's sort of fun but also challenging. So we've been slowly dropping, still up pretty high, but now this is the first time I've seen trees for a while, so just in the distance there. So yeah, so we're certainly progressing toward White's Hut, but we're still at 1900 metres, so quite high up. So now it's off to Valentine's Hut, or another hut, and we're back on the official AAWT trail instead of the main range, but as everyone knows, you go the main range, so that's where we're going, up the road there. The sun's come out, it is quite bright. I've done sunscreen and all that, so it's amazing how the weather changes around here. So we've just left White's River Hut and had a good chat to the ranger, Andrew, just talking about sort of horses and things like that, and weather coming up, so it's a good chat. And now we're back on sort of the official AAWT trail, so yeah, back to roads a little bit. So we're up to Schlink for lunch, so about an hour, so about 3 k's, and not far, so maybe a bit under. So we'll get lunch there, and we'll I'll also get out some of the wet gear and let that dry off. But yeah, we're back to t-shirts now, so nice and warming up. So we're just coming down to Schlink Hut, I mean. Toilet there and hut, and they've also sort of nicknamed this one the Schlink Hilton. So be interesting to see what it's like. It's a nice area though, beautiful river right near it. So we'll stop in here for lunch and then on to Valentine's after this. So Schlink, so nice sort of dining area, and it's got about 3 bedrooms, so little areas in there and there, and a big one sort of out the back. So it's got another part too, but that's locked. And but yeah, quite a large hut. Young chap was in here, Tom, so I had a good chat with him. He's hiking around the big 2,000 metre peaks this weekend. So yeah, fair few people today. After lunch, we sort of zoomed along the road for a couple of k's, and now we're back in, or we're in the Jungle Wilderness area, so along a track, and the first signs of AAWT signs before. So yeah, we're on an easy road out to Valentine. So, and it's actually just started raining, so I've got the wet weather gear on. But yeah, really easy walking at the moment. So we'll see what happens when we get up the top there. Well, the day's done, so day 28 is done. We're now at Valentine Hut. I've sort of looked forward to seeing this hut, like a very pretty hut. Yeah, again, I'm alone, I think. I doubt someone's there, given it is now Sunday night. Lovely view down to a river down there. We've got to go get water. But yeah, very colourful, very nice, very remote. So yeah, so there we are. So I'll go inside. Doesn't look like anyone. So this is Valentine Hut. Almost like an Airbnb, so really nice looking hut. So beds in here. Could be sleeping inside maybe. We'll have a look anyway. Yeah, so there we are. Valentine Hut. And I think I'll be sitting in front of the potbelly tonight, having me dinner. Well, it's day 29. It's a glorious day. So last night there was a beautiful red sky. So taking it really easy this morning. It's almost 8 o'clock and I've just got out of bed. I'm going to actually do my brew outside. So for the last Monday on the trail, in the background down there, up there is Valentine's Hut. So yeah, so we're out. Today we're off to AAWT, so not too far today. About 20 k's. We might go up Mt Kosciuszko. We'll see how we go with that one. So see how we're feeling and what the weather's doing. And then yeah, AAWT. So yeah, in the last week now. So yeah, as you can see, amazing day. So yeah. So we're off on day 29. So we've decided to go barefoot style for the day. No, not really. We first got Valentine Creek to cross. So might as well keep the boots off and keep them dry while they get wet. So not too deep, just, you know, up the calf muscle type thing, but it will be a bit fresh. So good way to get the feet alive in the morning, unless I can find some rocks to pick across. So we'll find out. So boots are back on. A bit chilly crossing that water, but actually it feels good for the muscles. So yeah, today's pretty much a bit of a track walking day, so pretty easy. So I think there's Happy's Hut on the way there. We could detour a little bit for that. We'll see how we're going. But yeah, up to AAWT. So should be, given the day, a lovely walking day. So we're at the Gi River, so got to work out how to cross. So not a clear spot where there's lots of nice non-slippery rocks, so it could be boots off. So lovely looking river. So, and then it's back up the Valentine track. So I think we're getting closer to Mare Hut. I was able to get over one of the little streams, and I'm thinking it's time for boots off again. Maybe boots and pants. It looks a little bit deep in there. So lovely stream, very clear water, flowing quite well. So, yeah, boots, pants, and yeah, in the background up there, I don't know if you can make it out in the video, there's the hut up there. So we'll go up there for sort of morning tea, we'll have a coffee. So we've done a bit of a loop and now we're back to the same little creek to cross. So I'm just going to check it out, see if I can find a little spot to jump across quite easily, but it might be boots off. I don't think pants off this time. Well, maybe, we'll see. So we have another one, and if I was smart and read the map, I would have seen that this little creek just sort of effectively goes around this little saddle here and comes back up here, and I could have walked on that side. A bit rough, but would have been so much easier. So wakey wakey, it's time to read the map again. But anyway, boots off again, I think. So we're up to Mare Hut. Cool, another sort of older looking hut. Nice sort of campfire area. Some old engine over there. Toilet out the back that way. So, but yeah, this is sort of morning tea at 11:30. So it's a slow day, so we'll have a look inside. So, whoa, tough door. So yeah, looks pretty cool. It's a couple of beds, if you call them beds. And it's warm in here though. Almost feels like someone was here yesterday. Yeah, a bit smoky. Maybe there was. So yeah, it'd be a nice spot here. So the day of little creek crossings, just wide enough so you can't jump across, continues. So I'm looking at that spot there. Potentially might be able to pick my way through there without getting too wet. I'll have a quick look, otherwise boots off again. But it gets a bit tiring taking them off and putting them back on. So the walking so far has been pretty easy today on the tracks, apart from having to take shoes off. There in the distance is Chikungal, a bit over 2,000 meters. So I did think about doing it. Energy levels have really dropped off. I don't know, maybe it's just because we're just plodding along on the sort of the tracks like this, and you know, it's just wearing me out for some unknown reason. So we'll see, we'll get up further. It's a bit after, it's almost 1 o'clock now, so we'll stop soon for lunch. Maybe that'll reinvigorate me. So we'll see. Looks good though. The AAWT does not go over it; it goes around it to the left. So, and then to the north side of it. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we get a bit closer. So we're at the turning of the Mare Trail, where the intersection of the Round Mountain Trail goes. Clouds are darkening a bit and it's getting a bit cooler. So, yeah, slowly moving in. So hopefully we make it to Otis before the rain. Be good to stay dry. Not have to worry about getting gear on and off and all that stuff. So see how we go. We've got about an hour and a half-ish and we'll be in. So it's almost 2:30 now. So, you know, reasonably another early-ish day, 4 o'clock. So, but again, it's all about the journey. Oh, the flies. Not saying what odour I'm projecting, but there are a few around. Well, we're at O'Keefe's hut, so I think it was rebuilt after fires in like 2003 or something like that. So have a look in here. So hopefully there's no one here. So oh, nice fire, plates and everything. How's this for a dining room? And the thing about this one is it's got all these newspapers from the time as well, after it got rebuilt as well. So shut that for the flies. Looks pretty cool. So comfortable hut. And another sort of back area with things. But the newspapers are pretty cool. So after it got burned down, I believe they found or they got sourced the papers as well. So it'll be an interesting time to have a read of some of these. So pretty impressive. So yeah, there we are. Well, I'm pretty happy I didn't decide to go up top of Mount Kosciuszko. The rain's sort of set in now a bit, so I got the tent set up, which is good. So I was sleeping in the tent because, yeah, it's not that bad. So I got that set up before the rain. So we're just chilling out now. So trying to work out the route for tomorrow, given that some of the route is closed. The Grey Mare Trail after Duffel Gap is closed. So we've got a bit of a detour, about 5Ks extra. So nothing insane. So about 30, bit over 30 for the day. So bit of a shame, but oh well, it happens. And there's a helicopter now. Well, day 30 is finally here. So I never thought day 30 would come around. So it's, you look back when it's like day 4 or 5, you think, geez, 30 days, it's going to be heaps. So day 30, we're still at O'Keefe's hut. So had a good sleep last night. So bit of rain, but now another lovely sort of blue sky morning. So meant to be rain later in the day. So we've got probably a bit over 30 today, so with a bit of a detour, I believe. So we'll find out when we get closer to McKay's hut. But just as we go past Duffel Gap, there's a bit of a detour from there. So we're going to go up Duffel Gap Trail and then across to the, I think it's Happy's Road or something like that. So we'll have a look again. We'll no doubt we'll see some signs. So should be a nice morning at least walking. So yeah, we'll get on the trail. It's a bit after 8 now, so. Arriving at Doubtful Creek. Doesn't look too doubtful for me. It's certainly there. Hopefully we don't have to take shoes off again. So, well, not again, first time for today, but it's looking pretty good there. So I think I'll be good to pick my way across there. Bit of a jump. But yeah, lovely little sort of spot. Doubtful Creek got me 1 foot only, so not too bad. So I've reached the Duffel Gap Trail, and yeah, it's confirmed that the Grey Mare Trail that way is closed. So I've got about an extra 5Ks to loop around. So up along Duffel Gap Trail, and then to Happy Jack's Road by another little track further up. So yeah, it happens. So we're going along Duffel Gap track as the detour around where they're doing aerial feral culling. So we'll be heading toward that peak over sort of to 1 o'clock-ish to us. The track sort of winds around and goes around the back of it. So like I said, it's about 5Ks. Actually the track is a vehicle track. It's pretty boring sort of walking at the moment. Nice views, but still it's just walking on a road almost. So yeah, we'll keep going. Probably stop around 11:30 for a bit of a smoko, and then push on to about 1:30 for lunch. Still on the detour, so Doubtful Gap track. So just some views out to tabletop, and then back to where I was this morning a few hours ago at Kosciuszko, or just in front of it at O'Keefe's. So yeah, nice day. Clouds I guess they're rolling in a bit, wind's picking up, so like similar weather clouds in the day. Maybe it's got a rain or something like that. We're tracking pretty well today, so big day, but we'll be in certainly before 6. So it's a bit ho-hum as we're completing the detour, probably about another 5Ks on this road. So nice view around, but still not the most engaging bit of track we've walked on. So, but yeah, oh well, you have to do it. So at least it's not raining. Well, the road bash is finally over. So I've reached the Grey Mare Trail, so the part that's closed, and we're going, so there's the AAWT marker, up that way on Grey Mare. So I'll just have a look at the signs here. But yeah, bit of a round trip. We're about 24 k's now into the day. So yeah. So I feel good that I follow the rules. So I haven't heard any gunfire or anything like that. So not sure if they're shooting today, but do as you're told. So yeah. And as we're getting closer to the end of the day, I think we've got about another, probably about almost 3 k's. We've got some thunder. Haven't seen any lightning, but thunder. So I think that ticks off all the 3 k's to Happy Hut. So yeah, that ticks off all the boxes for weather now. So I was just waiting for a thunderstorm. So hopefully I'll make it to the hut before it dumps on me. But oh well, if it does, it does. Well, day 31, so we're at Happy's Hut, which is not looking very happy at all. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise when we got here. Should have done the research, probably burnt down in, a couple of years ago, a few years ago now in the fires. But yeah, oh well. There was another chap here, Rob, so he's packed up and gone early this morning. So yeah, so we'll be heading up there. So we're off to Kiandra, so food drop day. So always good food drop days. So I do enjoy them. Have a beer or 2 or 3, and some other food than dehydrated, and reload the fuel bag, or the food bag I should say. And then yeah, it's the last section, so it's getting close to the end. So Wednesday today, and I finish on Sunday, so not too many more days. So the days, as you can see, a bit overcast, which I quite like. I spoke to my wife and she said the weather's going to get a bit warmer later on in the week, so up to the low 30s. So oh well, it happens. So you get a bit of everything. So a bit of lightning around last night, but it was clear. It was sort of over that hill over there, the thunderstorm. So I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, we'll get moving. We're doing a bit of a bush bash up that hill this morning, back onto the track, and then, like I said, off to Kiandra, and just a little bit further on from Kiandra to the food drop, about 3 k's. So it's day 31 on the trail. So we're on Tabletop Mountain Trail, or Tabletop Trail. Straight ahead, Mount Tabletop. So expect the track to continue like this for the whole way to Kiandra, and then after that to my food drop. So should be very easy walking again today. So hopefully the clouds stay around, so keep the heat down a bit. So very pleasant walking at the moment. So it's about 9 o'clock, so yeah, so nice and easy. So it's about 10:30, just stop for a bit of a break. So, and you sort of get into this mode of just walking and walking and walking, and then you sit down and you sort of look around, and there's Mount Tabletop in front of me, and then I look back around where I've come from, and over there is Mount Kosciuszko, and you just forget where you are for while you're walking, and then you sit down and go, this is pretty special, right? So yeah, it's always good to take a bit of time to think about where you are. No one's around either. It's very quiet. You're one of the few people walking along the AAWT, so it is pretty cool. Yeah, part of it, enjoying the journey. So a bit more thunder. Haven't seen any lightning though, but thunder, and I'm sort of up reasonably high, so we're making a bit of a detour, or not detour, but moving quite quick to get off the high point if there's any lightning around. So we're not too far now from Kiandra, probably about 5 k's, so probably a bit over an hour, maybe an hour and a bit. So we'll be near enough to Kiandra, and then after that cross the river, and then up to the food drop for the day. That'll be done. Oh, there's a nice sight. Kiandra down there, the courthouse, I believe it is. So, Khancoban River River that I've got to cross. So, and a bitumen road. So that's the 4th bitumen road that I'll cross on this entire walk. So there's the first one at Hotham, then Omeo Highway, Alpine Way, Threadbow, and finally this one, the Snowy Highway. So yeah, getting close now. It's good. We're getting down lower. The storms, I saw a bit of lightning over that way, but it's still a fair way away. So but there's rain clouds behind me. So like I said, we're moving quick just to get down. Also close to the food and the beer. So there's 2 pluses for this. So yeah, soon we'll be at Kiandra. Well, I've just arrived at Kiandra just as the rain has started to come down. Porch would be a little bit better if it was a bit wider, but it's not too bad. So at least we're sort of out of the rain. Might just wait for it to pass as best I can before I go down to the Yukon Bean and across there. So yeah, so we're back to Kiandra. So lovely spot. So it's all done up inside, so very nice. Virginia's favourite crossing. So the way the trail goes, I've got to cross that little one first and then go through that one. At least I don't have to come back this time and go back through them. So should be a bit chilly, but be good for the feet. We're at the final food drop and here it is. It's looking okay, looking like it's been undisturbed.